This post here caught my attention. It's from Eastern Standard in Winston-Salem. It shows a guy, and at the very bottom it says, "This is why it's hard to have nice things." Let me show you why the local business said that. So the man in the video caught from the business surveillance cam is at the business about 2 a.m. on Monday. He dumps out the plants in the planter, just throwing them into the street, and he takes the planter back with him. Apparently, he threw other plants into the streets too, broke other things. He really just made a mess of the place. Well, this was interesting to me because the post directly talks to the person who did it. And it says here, you have until Wednesday at 5 p.m. to call us to discuss how we will correct the situation. They're giving this person a chance before they call police. And I was really curious. I asked the owner why.
I'm not the one to be so critical and overjudge who he is or his actions. I just wanted to give him a chance to come to us. While it's very expensive and hurtful and irritating to us as a business, it's also not quite worth potentially really messing up someone even further than they may be in life. And so we just didn't want to put an undue burden on someone if we could avoid that.
All right, so I thought that was a really human way to deal with it.
That guy should be very thankful because I don't know many businesses that would give someone a chance like that. That's pretty big.
And it just shows how empathetic the owner of this business was to know, like, maybe this person is going through something, like this is absolutely wrong, you should not do this, but to think about how calling the police or something could have a even more damaging impact on his life. I think it just shows what kind of person he is inside.
Yeah, and I think that if you look at, the supposed crime, and because this wasn't anything too major, maybe that's why he was giving him a chance instead of maybe ruining his life by going to jail or something like that.
Let me show you what the place looks like without the mess, right? Because it's really pretty. This is on their Instagram, and you can see the fire pits out there and all that kind of stuff. And so there's a whole bunch of planters and things like that. And they said the damage is about $1,300 between the theft, the loss of the plants, and that kind of thing.
Did they catch him or?
Not yet. So
No.
again, they're giving him until Wednesday at 5 o'clock. They've also put out a reward that if other folks know him and can identify him, they'll give a $300 reward for them. But so far, while they've gotten a lot of feedback of, hey, we're really sorry that this happened and we're happy the way that you're dealing with this, they haven't had anybody say, I know who this is yet.
And once they find out who this is, who knows, maybe they'll be like, hey, you can work for us to pay off some of these damages or something like that.
Yeah,
Right.
an alternate
It could change their life in a good
Yes.
way. You never do know. We're going to check back with the business on Wednesday after the deadline and see what happens.